Hello and welcome back. Today I have a well-known pen in the Parker Jotter, although this is generally only popular and known in the ballpoint variant. Many of you might not even realise it comes in a fountain pen. I'll go over the features and how it writes, and decide if it is better left unknown or if it is severely underrated. I'll quickly talk about this ballpoint as it was a gift from my grandparents as I was heading into my final year of high school. I wrote all my exams with this pen, which was over a decade ago now. It has that sentimental value for me. It also just writes great. It feels so much more substantial going across the page than say a 4 pen that the other students would always swear by. This has the 1mm size nib, but I'd love to try the larger 1.1. I'd recommend this pen to anyone who doesn't want to use a fountain pen at work, but wants something nicer than the stationary supply pen that they give you on your first day. Now for the Parker Jotter Fountain Pen. This is the older model Jotter, as I have seen they have recently refreshed the design in the last couple of years. I must admit that the newer one looks better, but I believe overall the pens are very similar. It has an all metal body with a plastic grip section. The size of the nib is labelled on the back, this being a medium. While doing a writing sample with the Jotter, I will discuss what I like and what I don't like. What I do like about this pen is how it writes. This was actually my very first fountain pen, so I didn't know what they were meant to feel like, or have anything else to compare it to. Trying it now years later, I find that I quite like it. It's a proper Western style medium, putting down a thick line. It's smooth, but it does have a fairly stiff steel nib. For the things I don't like, I'll start with the size. I don't like how thin and small this pen is, especially if you have larger hands. There is also no weight at all to this pen. It feels even lighter than a plastic Kaweco Sport. The nib is also tiny and unattractive, with how narrow it is as it bends around the feed. The cap also has this cheap plastic top to hold the clip in, which I think makes it look very cheap. While it is classed as a budget fountain pen, if you look at the other options around this price point, I can't see why you wouldn't choose a Pilot Metropolitan instead, or even pay a tiny bit more for a Kaweco Sport, a TWSBI Eco, or even a Lamy Safari. The Metropolitan is probably the direct competitor in terms of what people outside of the fountain pen community might see on the shelf at a stationery store. To me, it feels superior in quality with its weight, the nicer nib, and overall more elegant design. I therefore wouldn't recommend the Jotter fountain pen. Although I do like mine, it's mostly for sentimental reasons alone. I'd love to hear your experience with the Jotter fountain pen. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Otherwise, as always, thanks for watching and goodbye.